Today we're diving into a very popular question. What do I do when my meat cuttings in water start looking unhealthy? Whether you're seeing yellow leaves, white spots, slow root growth, or even a bad smell coming from your jar, don't worry. I've been through all that, and in today's video, I'll show you exactly how we troubleshoot the mint propagation so you can keep your cuttings alive and thriving. Stay with me until the end. I'll also share a secret natural tonic that we add to water to make roots grow faster and stronger. So first of all, why water propagation sometimes goes wrong. Mint is one of the easiest herbs to root in water, but that doesn't mean it's problem-free. When you place mint cuttings in water, they're a very delicate environment. There's no soil to protect the roots from bacteria. The nutrients are very limited, and if the water gets dirty or sunlight hits too hard, it becomes a breeding ground for algae. So most issues come down to either light, water quality, or hygiene. Fix those issues and your mint will root like magic. Now, with that being said, let's handle problem by problem. Starting with problem number one, it's cloudy or smelly water. So if your water turns cloudy or it smells bad, it's usually because of a bacterial buildup or decaying stems. The fix here is to simply change the water every 2 to 3 days. I would like you to also rinse the jar with mild soap and warm water each time you change the water. Also, trim off and remove any slime or blackened parts of the stems before refilling. And also, add in 1 drop of apple cider vinegar or even a pinch of cinnamon powder to your water, because both of these are antibacterial and they will keep it fresh for longer and keep the bacteria away. Also, don't ignore the smell. The smell usually indicates that your cuttings are rotting, and once that starts to happen, it's almost impossible to save them. So I really would like you to act early. Also, let's talk about problem number two, which is algae growth. This is the green film on the jar or on the water. So if your water starts turning green or slimy, you literally got algae. And this happens when your jar gets too much sunlight. The fix here is to meet your jar to a bright indirect light, not direct sun. Wrap the bottom half of the jar in brown paper or foil. This will help to block the light, and clean the jar regularly. Refill with fresh filtered water. Also, a few drops of liquid seaweed solution will really help to boost oxygen levels and outcompete algae naturally. Now let's head to problem number three, which is yellow or curling leaves. And yellow or curling leaves, this usually means nutrient deficiency or and water imbalance. So always remember, water doesn't provide minerals like the soil does. And if your meat has been in water for over a week, it's now time to feed it lightly. So here's the fix. I would go ahead and add either 2 to 3 drops of liquid seaweed fertilizer or diluted fish emulsion, a really light dose. Or simply replace the water with a mix of 1 teaspoon compost per cup of water. Don't add too much fertilizer, because what that does is it will literally burn the roots really fast. And less is always more for water propagation. Now let's talk about problem number four, slow or no root growth. And if it's been over 2 weeks and your mint still hasn't rooted, I would just simply check the conditions. So possible causes could be the temperature is too cold, because the roots grow slower when the temperature is below 20 degrees Celsius. Also, another possible cause is the stems are too old or woody and the water has not changed regularly. So here's the fixes. We've got 3 main fixes. Number one, use younger flexible stems. I'm talking about anything between 10 to 15 centimeters long. Another one is to keep the jars in a very warm spot. Usually kitchen counters, these are perfect places to keep the jars. And also add a teaspoon of either honey or aloe vera gel to the water, because what that does is it acts as a natural rooting stimulant. Now let's head to problem number 5, which I talked about in the previous video, and this is white specks or pests on the leaves. So if you see any sort of white specks, such as the ones earlier on in the video, or tiny dots on the leaves, you might either have spider mites or a mineral residue. If it's a mineral residue, then you gotta go ahead, simply wipe the leaves gently with a damp cloth using filtered water. If it's pests that are on the leaves, then I would just simply go ahead and spray with a diluted neem oil solution. And I'm talking about 1 teaspoon of neem oil, 3 drops of mild soap per liter of water. And also, I would move the jar away from the heat and increase humidity slightly because spider mites love dry air. Also, keep the meat jars slightly spaced apart in order to prevent cross contamination between the cuttings. So, here is the part that we'll all be waiting for, the natural root booster mix. So, here's the little secret to faster, healthier rooting. I want you in 1 liter of water, mix 1 teaspoon of seaweed extract, half a teaspoon of honey, and a pinch of cinnamon water. Use this as your propagation water. It boosts rooting hormones, kills bacteria, and it keeps the jar fresh naturally. And that's it. Your full mint propagation troubleshooting guide. Now remember, clean water, gentle light, and patience. This is absolutely the key. A little care goes a long way, and soon you have jars filled with healthy mint ready to plant or gift to friends and family. And if this video has helped you, give it a thumbs up, comment below if you have faced any sort of issues with mint propagation, and share what has worked for you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.